Welcome back to New York Talk for the final instant reaction of 2024. And in typical 2024 fashion, Rotherham didn't win. Another draw, a lucky draw is how I'm going to frame it. Mick may go stronger than that. But if you were a Stockport fan, Mick, you'll be going home very, very, very unhappy, wouldn't you?
I think if I'd not seen the fact that our goal was onside,
Just onside, yeah.
then yeah, I would. I mean, if you're a Stockport fan and you're watching this and you're aiming to get promoted to the Championship, which good luck to you, I genuinely hope that you do. Then that's not sort of bull. I genuinely hope you do. Get used to that sort of refereeing performance. Get used to it, because that is what you will see week in, week out. It is awful, dreadful. Lee Doughty is probably one of the worst referees. He's up there with Gavin Ward and the likes for being utterly useless, and he proved that today. He completely lost the game, completely lost it. One of the worst referees, but he's a Championship referee.
He's a Championship referee.
So if you do get promoted, get used to it, chaps, because that's what you're going to get week in, week out, guaranteed, and I'm absolutely 100%. So yeah, from a Rotherham United point of view though, awful, dreadful, lucky, got away with it, offered nothing again for me. Just a poor performance, but it's just a normal performance. It's probably a better way of putting it, isn't it?
Standard.
Yeah.
And Stockport, if you need somebody to complain about referees in the Championship, we've got a guy here who's...
Yeah, I can do it for you.
We can loan him out to you for some episodes. But yeah, it was a game that was strange, Tom, because up until when we scored, Stockport were in just complete cruise control. Louis Barry scored a good goal. Yeah. He had another chance to score another one about 5 minutes earlier, something like that. They were really coasting up until when we scored, weren't they, Stockport?
Yeah, he was a complete danger man throughout the game, and to say it would have been going into half-time 3-0 down, I think I would have considered that lucky based on the first 15 minutes. But then, ironically, we got a little bit lucky. Really lazy shot at the edge of the box, really lazy coming out. Turns out he is onside. And yeah, I mean, it just sort of fired us up for about 10-15 minutes where I thought, we might actually do something here, we might get another one, and then that immediately evaporated, didn't it? Yeah. Look, I mean, we can sit and talk about how poor we were, but if we're trying to adjust to a new reality, which I think we are, that's a good result. And I think drawing in regards to where we are in the table and where they are, that is probably a good result. And that's not to say that it wasn't poor and it wasn't this and the other, but that's just the reality of things now, that we are looking like a relegation side team, and we're playing teams that are contending for promotion playoffs, and we've drawn against them. And that's, you got to say, in comparison to that, it's a good result. Performance-wise, it's still abysmal, and I don't know where we go from here.
Yeah, it's not a performance that's going to guarantee you to be in touch with the playoffs by the end of January.
Well, yeah.
With touching distance was the word. Another point on the board. Obviously, we're early kick-off, so as we're recording this, we don't know if we drop closer to the relegation zone or not. But it is a point further away as we stand. Mick, you mentioned the referee. Let's maybe dive into that again, because obviously, I think we have to say the goal looks like it's onside. The picture we've seen, it looks like it's onside. Everybody in the stadium thought it was offside to start with.
Yeah.
Looks like it might be the right decision, but they had a big penalty shout in the first half as well. I would have wanted that penalty.
Yeah, I would. I would definitely wanted it. And given the type of fouls that Doughty had been given in all game, again, very, very Championship referee, isn't it? Come to a big decision, we don't give it. I would argue, we've seen it once from a distance.
Yes.
So it looked like he went down very easily to me. You've got a different opinion of that. So we've only seen it from a distance. He don't give big decisions. There's no way. So they may have had one, they may not. I don't know. Arguably, we could have had one at the end with Clark Harris. You say not, I say maybe.
Definitely not.
But again, ultimately, Stockport should have taken advantage of the dominance there in the game. We offered nothing. Again, like I say, we defensively we seemed a little bit more secure today than we have done.
At the four, in front of the four, the four, there's nothing there.
Yeah, exactly that.
Ben's shaking his head at you.
Well,
cameraman's meant to stay impartial, Ben.
We're talking tiny degrees here. I'm not saying they were great, that we were better than we have been, but going forward, I don't know.
There's no, is there?
There was absolutely nothing. The fact that I don't know what they do in training, and I genuinely believe that. Honestly, I don't think they actually do.
Okay.
How can they? How can they train 4 or 5 days a week and still have no idea how to go forward as a football team? What do they do? And genuinely, I wouldn't be surprised. They turn up at Roundwood, they give them a ball and say, "Go and have a kick about for an hour, lads." That's how it feels. That's how they play.
Yeah.
It's awful. It's awful. And there's many other things we need to go into it, and we'll talk about it on podcast. The bench. I talked about this to you, and this has really annoyed me. Right?
So we just go?
Well, you've got Jamie McCart didn't play this game because he was injured.
Yeah.
Right? So we put a partially fit Jamie McCart on the bench and leave Cam Humphreys out, who's totally fit. In what world, in what dimension is that sensible? Explain it to me, because I don't think you can. I don't think anybody can.
No.
This is awful, and I'll stand on here now. Mr. Evans, if you watch this, get back on this podcast, because you have genuinely got some questions to answer. You really have, and that is right up there. But we're not performing, are we?
No.
We are not performing, and we're now 50% of the way through the season.
No, 22.
Right,
So
22 games. You haven't improved this side in any way, in any shape, in any form in 22 games. And we're playing at home today, and we've offered nothing at all.
Yeah.
And it's not changing, so something needs to happen.
It won't.
The chairman's not here.
Nope.
The chairman's not watching the game. What is happening at this football club? We're going down, is what we're doing as a club.
Yep.
And I don't mean physically, we're not necessarily relegation,
Which might happen.
but that might happen. But as a club overall, we are on our arses, and I genuinely think if it continues the way it does, there's a lot further to fall for us. So, and it's just so disappointing, and we have to turn up every week and watch this garbage.
A lot of people didn't turn up today. The
That's true.
empty seats were very, 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 very noticeable today.
It's true.
10,000. Sorry, there was 10,000 people in that stadium.
Sorry, I've had another rant.
Yeah.
There you go, Tom. You rant.
One of the issues, Tom, that we'll finish on this was that how easy we were to run through the middle of, and Stockport kind of realised that about 46 minutes we went, we can just run straight forward, and this is a recurring thing. This is not something that just suddenly happened. We are so soft-bellied in the middle, and a better team, a team that was better on the day, could have won that game 3-4-0.
Yeah, long are the days of Barlaser, Wiles and Rathbone, right? Look, I mean, we can all give Kelly and Powell their props for their effort.
Yeah.
But Kelly has no legs, and Powell does the job of trying to do the job of about 3 men in there. Not to say they didn't work hard, and not to say that they didn't try, but they've got no clue where they need to be. The press isn't right at all. No. It's whoever's closest sprints there, and then by the time they get there, it's too late. And then it's completely all over the place in that midfield too. And we look soft-bellied with 3 in there. Yeah. So bringing one out is not going to make them look better. I think we missed Christ T a lot,
big time.
I think when McWilliams came in, I think we looked a lot more defensively able-bodied in the middle, just because he worked better as that sort of behind the striker. He knew sort of where to be to drop into defence, and he worked. And he's got a good effort, good work rate. But look, I mean, there's a lot of players that you can point fingers at and say, they don't run hard enough, and they don't. It looks like they're 70% in. But yeah, that midfield too it looks leggy now, and within 20 minutes, it looked like both of them needed to come off. They were gassed that much. So I feel for them both, I really do, because I think it's an impossible task, especially in this system where you've got 4 players up front not really working hard to track back, other than perhaps Nombe. And it's really tough for them to actually get a grip in the game when it's completely over their heads constantly as well.
We were really, really back to long ball today, weren't we? Really.
I thought we'd been past that a little bit, and we started playing a bit more, but now it was just a case of Well, yeah, it's back to first couple of weeks of Evans, isn't it?
Yeah.
So yeah, I mean, it was a poor watch, and a lot of the time when we did get good plays, good patterns of play, it was on the floor, and it doesn't take a genius to figure out why. So
not professional though.
Not professional. But yeah, I do feel sorry for that midfield too, though. Overall.
Yeah, I agree. Let's anybody quickly?
Yeah, centre halves were excellent. I thought.
Okay, yeah.
Adoffin and Jules were really good today.
Yeah, that'll do. That's your positivity coming out.
Yeah.
Make sure you have subscribed if you haven't done so already on YouTube. Give the video a thumbs up. Like I said, we're done for the year for this show. The podcast will be back on Monday evening for the final podcast of 2024. I hope you have if you don't join us on the podcast, I hope you have a really nice new year, and we'll see you all at Lincoln. And the next instant reaction will be post Bolton on the something of January. We'll see you all next time, and as always, up the Millers.